Hey everybody, I'm Nicholas Skinner with Skinner Games, back here with another episode of game reviews in 5 minutes or less. In this episode, we'll be talking about one of my favorite games at the moment. It's called Beyond the Wall and Other Adventures. This is published by Flatland Games, and it comes in a PDF or a hardback format. The cover art for all of the books is one of my favorite artists, John Hodgson's work on it. It is gorgeous, look at that. Now, Beyond the Wall is a D20 derivative game. The reason why I say derivative is because it works a little bit different than some of the other D20 games that are published. Now, the three base classes you get are the Warrior, the Rogue, and the Mage. And you go from levels 1 to 10. You get some basic hit dice, some basic skills, saving throws, all that kind of stuff at every level. However, the game works quite a bit differently. Instead of having a target number in which you're defeating with your D20 roll by adding your attribute modifier, a skill modifier, and things like that, what you're doing is actually rolling under your attribute in this game. So if you have a strength of 15, in order to accomplish the thing that you're doing, you need to roll below 15 on your D20 roll. However, your skills that you get increase, if you will, a temporary stat increase to widen the range of your roll to make you more successful. The game itself has a lot of interesting other mechanics, for instance, your magic. You have your cantrips, your normal spells, and your rituals. The cantrips you can pretty much cast whenever you want. The spells require a save, or your spells can go wildly crazy, which is a really interesting thing in the middle of your game. And your rituals take a lot more time to cast, but are a lot more powerful. But for me, one of my absolute favorite things of this game are the character playbooks. So this is the self-taught mage. I don't know if my camera will show it very well. Lighting is kind of crappy in here. But it gives you these tables to roll on that give you a background. Now what's interesting about this game is that the players also help to build the campaign world that you're playing in. But it also gives you prompts to be able to create NPCs in the village that tie into your personal character history. Also places, homes or shops, or maybe the castle of the keep. In addition, it also creates a shared history with the players at the table. But it isn't just rolling to know them, you also affect the other character's statistics. So when you're rolling and you create a shared event with the player next to you, to your right generally, that character also gets a mild stat increase, of +1 usually. Say the character to your right helped you avoid capture from a guard when you were kids because they helped distract them through conversation. This conversation might give them a charisma increase. Now, this kind of randomization may not be for everybody, but it also helps to integrate the party, which I really, really love. But in this one, you guys have a shared history, and there are events that happen in your history. Say you guys accidentally unleashed a demon on the world and your friend helped you to trap it back in there. There are events that happen within your party's history together that can help spawn adventures. Also, they have random adventures. These are called scenario packs, and there's a lot of them. However, in the main rulebook, there's only a handful. It gives you some major plot points to be able to integrate into the game events. Also things to start the adventure, recent happenings within the village, and you roll for each character. Now, Flatland Games offers lots of free adventure scenario packs for you to download and to have endless adventures with. They also have dozens, and I mean dozens, of character playbooks for free that you can download. But for me, the crown jewel of Beyond the Wall is the Further Afield book. And the reason why I love this is because it is coordinated campaign creation with your entire role-playing group. Not just the GM doing all the work, the group gets to do it. And what's interesting is that you get a map and you plot out different plot points with each other, say a goblin cave, and other players around the table will get to add different aspects to this, whether or not the goblins are actually there in the cave or it's some kind of rumor, and you get to roll from there. I really love what Flatland Games has done with Beyond the Wall. They've created a system that's so amazing in getting the entire playgroup involved that I just can't recommend this game highly enough. I tell pretty much everybody I know who games about it. If this has changed your mind about the game, made you curious about it, please let us know in the comments. We'll post some links to their DriveThruRPG store as well as their main webpage. So check out Beyond the Wall. The PDFs are pretty cheap. The hardback books are a little bit more expensive, but totally worth it. And I highly suggest that everybody get a copy of Further Afield on your shelf. if for no other reason than it is a brilliant guide on how to get your party and your players involved in the world-making process. If you like to do it on your own, that's great. If you want a bit of help and a little bit of player input, please pick up this book. It's super great. If this video is giving you any insight, please give it a thumbs up, that like button. Please hit subscribe. And check out our other show, Retro Role Playing, where we play through a ton of old systems so you can see how they work. Thanks for joining us and happy gaming!